Hey everybody, this is Danielle from sparkleandglam.com, and in this video I'm going to do a follow-up on my first vendor event. So if this is something you're interested in, then keep on watching this video, okay? I don't want to talk too loud, but we just set up our table. This is my cousin Ty. She's going to be helping me today, and so we just finished setting up the table. People are starting to come in, and we're just trying to get these lashes going. So, alright, wish us luck. Bye. Okay, so let's just jump into it. So about a week ago, I went to my first vendor event for my 3D mink lash line, and I really had a great time. I had my cousin with me. She really helped me set up and get things started, and I feel like it was a successful event. As I said in my first video, if you haven't seen that first video, go check that out first. But my main objective was to, of course, sell mink lashes, and to also collect email addresses, and also to just spread a word and market my services and my business. And that's exactly what I did. As I mentioned, it was a fashion show. So when I got there, people were going straight to their chair. Okay, so let me back up. There was 3 of us vendors, myself and 2 other people, so it wasn't a lot of vendors there. But when people were walking in, they were going straight to their seats, and I feel like that's their main objective, was like to get a good seat for the show. And once they sat down, they kind of just stayed there. So I was like, okay, so there's not a lot of people walking around and shopping as I thought in my head was going to happen. So what I did was I picked up my clipboard and I started to walk around and talk to some people and say, hey, my name is Danielle. I'm a makeup artist. I have a booth over there. I'm selling mink lashes. I also have a giveaway. So I started kind of the conversation that way. So I started collecting email addresses. I was going to them and collecting email addresses, and then through them I was able to talk about what I do. I'm a makeup artist, blah blah blah. I was able to talk about some future projects with some people, like, oh, okay, I have a photo shoot coming up, or this or that. So that was really good, but I wasn't able to get to everybody because the show was beginning to start, so I had to come and retreat back to my table. But the one good thing was when the host, or the MC of the fashion show, walked over to my table real quick just to see what I had, and I let her know, hey, okay, sorry, I started coughing. I had to stop the video. But so what I was saying was, I saw the MC come around, and when she came to my table, I let her know, hey, can you do me a favor and let people know that I'm holding a contest, and if they come and sign my email clipboard or whatever, they can enter in the test, and I'll give away at the end of the show. So she was like, okay, no problem. That's awesome. I'll let people know. And so what ended up happening was, during the fashion show, one of the designers weren't really ready to present yet. So they were at a point where they needed to stall. So the MC was like, oh, okay. She walked right over to me and was like, why don't you tell them what you have going on? So let me tell you, if I did not have this glam email list prize for the day, I probably wouldn't have gotten a lot of people. This thing did what I wanted it to do. It was something to draw the people to my table. So once I made that announcement that, hey, I'm giving away something at the end of today, come sign my list, everybody was like, oh, okay. So the owner of the place that we were at that was running the fashion show, she was really pushing people to come. She's like, hey, we're going to take an intermission. Make sure you go check out our vendors. She was really generous with that, giving us the time, shouting us out. So once they had the intermission, boom, everybody came to my table. And I don't want to show everything, but this is the email list that I got. And people started coming over and like formed a line. And I did make a few sales, but I got more people's information, which is great because if I didn't sell to them that day, I have a chance to sell to them at a later date. And that was one of the main objectives at this event. So, in short, I was really happy with the event. I want to do more. As a matter of fact, I have a quick story for you guys. I did see another event. I'm in the Atlanta area, the Atlanta metro area. I belong to a couple of Facebook groups that have vendor opportunities or vendor events. So that's something that you can do. Go search Facebook in your area and join these groups. They're always constantly posting events looking for vendors, okay? So I was looking for another vendor event. I looked on this group page, and this woman had posted a very vague, sign about an upcoming event that she was looking for vendors. And she said, comment for more information. And so that's what I did. I commented her. Soon as I commented, she responded back like, hey, what do you do? I let her know I am, selling makeup. I'm a makeup artist, and I'm also selling eyelashes. She's like, great. I'm going to email you. Like, give me your address. I'll email you. Gave her my address. She emails me a 2-page contract to be a vendor at her event, which, hey, is fine. However, she didn't really give me a lot of information about the event itself. Just this 2-page long contract for me to sign. The vendor fee was $50. She had a whole lot of rules and regulations, and I'm not doing this to shame her. This is just something, this is just like a learning moment for maybe both of us on both ends. She had a lot of rules and regulations, but she didn't really give specifics, such as like, you'll receive a square table. She didn't give any dimensions, yet she wanted each table as a requirement to be skirted, and saying that she didn't supply the table skirt, but she wants you to have a table skirt. Again, no like dimensions of what you're getting, like what size table. A lot of rules about being a vendor, which is, again, that's fine. However, I didn't know anything about her event. So, and I also Googled the address of the event just to see like what kind of place it was being at. And it was kind of like almost like a regular kind of storefront place, but it looked a little shoddy. It looked a little, but I give it a benefit of the doubt, and I replied back like, thank you for sending me the application. Can you tell me a little bit more about your event? What kind of women are you targeting? How many people are you expecting? I mean, these are like questions that you do need to ask vendors before you hand over $50, $100, or whatever the table fee is. You need to know what kind of event it is. You want to make sure you're in the right place for what you're selling. And I just asked a few, like, let me know what kind of event it is. Here's the response that I got. This is an event for women, and we are accepting vendors. Point blank, period. No type of number forecast. No, this is our first event. We're expecting maybe. None of that. She just said, this is an event for women. We're accepting vendors, which told me like, okay, listen, you're asking me for $50. You're asking me to sign this contract. You're asking me to follow a whole bunch of rules. But you can't tell me much about your event other than that it's targeted at women and you're accepting vendors. So that's a no-go for me. You have the right to ask questions about an event. that you're going to give your money to. It's an investment. It's business. And I'm not trying to be shady towards this particular woman and her event. I wish her the greatest best of luck with her event. I just knew it wasn't for me based on the information that she gave me. And there's lots of events out there. Ask as many questions as you can. And if it's a good place, they wouldn't mind letting you know what's going on. They shouldn't mind answering your questions. You know what I mean? So just be on the lookout. There's tons of events going on and tons of people accepting vendors and charging you for table fees. Find out what exactly you're going to get. How big is the table? Are you going to supply tablecloths? Do I rent tablecloths? Do I bring my own? What about electricity? Do you need to plug up a lamp or something like that? You just need to know all types of information. So just make sure that you're dealing with a good person before you send your money out to these people, okay? And no shade to the girl, like I said. I wish her best of luck. And basically, so that's it. I had a really great time. I took lots of pictures, lots of video. It was also, you know, stuff for content for my social media, which is another great thing. So when you're doing these events, make sure if hopefully you have somebody with you. Not all the time, you may not be able to. When you get a chance, as soon as you set up, take pictures of your setup. Take pictures in between. Anytime there's like a slow time or a downtime, do a little quick video. This is great content for your social media, and Lord knows you're always looking for some good content, right? So that's all I got to say about that. I had a great time. If you have any questions, you know, let me know. I'm looking to do more, and as I learn more, I'll share more, and I'll be looking to learn more. So, you know, it's a learning game. And shout out to the couple of people that, you know, shouted me out for, you know, making these videos. You know, we're all in this together. I'm rooting for everybody that's doing their thing. I don't care if we're selling the same exact thing. Sis, I'm rooting for you. There's enough people out here for all of us to market to. So good luck with your vendor events. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing more videos and trying to be of service to people in business doing the same thing as me. As I go along and I learn, I have no problem sharing it with you guys, okay? So, have a good night. I'll see you next time.